This video is a review of JT, Japan Tobacco Group's FY23 financial results. Japan Tobacco was established in 1985 as a special company that has the right to monopolize and manufacture cigarettes in Japan, and it requires the Japanese government to hold at least 33% of its shares. Therefore, the stock pricing is relatively stable. As a result of repeated large-scale M&A overseas, Japan Tobacco's sales volume has grown to rank third in the world. The overseas sales ratio for the tobacco business is expected to exceed 70%. Therefore, JT is highly susceptible to the influence of foreign exchange rates. Sales are especially high in Europe. Operating income is affected by exchange rates such as euro and Russian ruble rate. Most of the revenue comes from tobacco business. Although JT entered the pharmaceutical business and processed food business in 1987 and 1998, respectively, the impact on profit is minimal. Full year 2023 consolidated results. On a constant FX basis, core revenue increased by 6.1% to 2,712.5 billion yen. At constant FX, adjusted operating profit increased by 5.2% to 765.7 billion yen. Constant FX is computed using the same foreign exchange rates as in the equivalent period in the previous fiscal year. On a reported basis, revenue increased by 6.9% to 2,841.1 billion yen, driven by an increase in the tobacco and pharmaceutical businesses. In the tobacco business, even though JT invested in heated tobacco sticks and cost increased, total revenue was increased thanks to raise of the product pricings. Adjusted operating profit. On a reported basis, adjusted operating profit was stable at 728.0 billion yen due to negative currency movements, partially offset by increases across all businesses. Operating profit. Operating profit increased by 2.9% to 672.4 billion yen, driven by an increase in sales of real estate and reduced trademark amortization. Profit increased by 8.9% to 482.3 billion yen, driven by an increase in operating profit, as well as lower financial costs and corporate income tax. Free cash flow. Free cash flow increased by 60.8 billion yen to 443.7 billion yen, driven by a favorable comparison to 2022, due to the absence of costs related to initiatives to strengthen competitiveness in the Japanese domestic tobacco business and lower corporate income tax, partially offset by an increase in capital expenditures. PlumeTech is JT's heat-not-burn cigarette that was introduced in 2013 and generates steam by heating tobacco leaves and flavorings. Currently, various types of Plume devices are on sale. Plume was originally sold only online, but now it is widely sold at convenience stores, tobacco stores, and the Plume shops, and global share is increasing. FY24 consolidated financial forecast. Core revenue at constant FX is expected to increase by 3.9% to 2,836 billion yen, driven by an increase in the tobacco and processed food businesses, partially offset by a decrease in the pharmaceutical business. Adjusted operating profit at constant FX is expected to be flat at 728 billion yen, due to a decrease in the pharmaceutical business, partially offset by an increase in the tobacco business. On a reported basis, revenue is expected to increase by 6.2% to 3,016 billion yen. Adjusted operating profit is expected to decrease by 5.5% to JPY 688 billion yen due to negative currency movements. Operating profit is expected to decrease by 3.6% to 648 billion yen due to a decrease in adjusted operating profit and sales of real estate, partially offset by lower trademark amortization. Profit is expected to decrease by 5.7% to 455 billion yen due to a decrease in operating profit. Free cash flow. Free cash flow is expected to decrease by 83.7 billion yen to 360 billion yen due to a decrease in adjusted operating profit and an increase in capital expenditures. Shareholder return policy. Aim to enhance shareholder returns by realizing the company's mid to long-term profit growth while maintaining a strong financial base. Target a dividend payout ratio of about 75%, a competitive level in the capital markets. Consider implementing a share buyback program, mainly taking into account the company's financial outlook of the respective year and midterm capital needs. Dividend amount has been constantly increasing, and 2024 proposed annual dividend is 194 yen. In developed countries, economic growth has plateaued, taxes have been increasing, and the number of smokers is decreasing. On the other hand, in the emerging countries of the Middle East and Africa, the number of smokers is also increasing as incomes increase, and JT products can be expected to match their demand if they switch to high-quality cigarettes. JT has also acquired tobacco companies in Southeast Asia, which is expected to generate overseas profits in the future. Profits increased due to the effect of price increases and better sales of high-priced cigarettes. It is a high-dividend stock that continues to provide solid performance and stable dividends. The Plume Tech series, which JT has been focusing on selling in recent years, is likely to be the key to increasing profits in the future.